Have you ever felt like you are too much for some people, or maybe not enough for others? You are a human being, so I suspect that you can very much relate to both of those. My friend Kim, who I just love so much, she sees me. And so she sent me a poem recently called I Am Not Your Cup of Tea by David Gate. And in her text, she said, this poem seems to be about you. And it so resonated. Here's just part of it that I felt so fully. I am not your cup of tea because I am made too strong and frankly, too hot for you to enjoy. Maybe you can tolerate me in tiny sips, but I don't want to be tolerated. I want to be devoured by those who value all that I am. And when I read it, I smiled. I said I felt it so fully because it's so true. It feels so true for me. I have spent so much of my life learning to stop apologizing for being bold, passionate, and driven. And I am still learning. I mean, I think it is a lifetime learning process to stop watering myself down so that I'm easier to swallow. I'm learning at 50 years old that this is who I am. And these are gifts in my life. And I get to decide how and when to use those gifts. And timing is really important. But at the end of the day, these strengths, these gifts, these personality traits, they are what make me a once in a lifetime historical event. And I think that that's what resilience and integrity really are, like the courage to stay whole and to soften when needed. Yes, but not to shrink, not to let go of who I am, not to abandon who I am. This week we've been talking about yielding as a resilience practice. And this staying whole and softening when needed, but not shrinking, that is yielding without disappearing. Because authenticity is an act of resilience. You don't have to be everyone's cup of tea. You just have to be true to the flavor that's yours. So today and in the days coming, will you join me in noticing where you're trying to tone yourself down to make others comfortable? Just notice that. That's the yielding without disappearing. What would it look like to stand fully in who you are, all of you, and trust that the right people will see your strength as something to savor? What a great way to take care of yourself and ultimately each other.